Welcome to I Can Cook. My name is Ivy Asante and I will be your host, your chef, your cook for the day. Today we are making beef stew. Like Ghanaians would say beef stew, or Americans would say beef stew. And we have our ingredients over here. We're gonna do what it do. We have our oil, of course. I believe this is canola. Yes, canola oil. I have my beef, which I've already prepped. I've washed it, I've cleaned it, and it's good to go. It is actually beef loin, and so it's kind of more of like on the strip side, light. Cooked it. We have our carrots, habanero peppers, ginger, onions, sardines, hot pepper, chicken seasoning, stew seasoning, rosemary, garlic, tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and the juice from the tomatoes. I separated the two. And we have this. This is a little secret ingredient that I've been using for my stew as of late, and I absolutely taste. If you know what it is, zoom in this joint, zoom in. I'm gonna let y'all get a peek of this. If you know what this is, let me know. I'm gonna let you guys know what it is at the end of the video, so stay tuned. But let me know if you know what this is. It smells so good. So, this is pre-cut, good to go. I'm gonna start chopping my onions. We're going to rough chop it. So, it's not anything particular, just gonna be rough chopping it and adding it to the base and move on from there. In doing that, I actually have onions that I've already kind of used for the last one. Sorry, my child, I don't know if he's crying or whatever. But this right here, I'm going to use. So as I'm doing this, let's chat. Today's topic is going to be about plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery. So, tell me what y'all think about it. Tell me what y'all think. I, personally, my opinion, you didn't ask, but I'm giving it. My opinion is I don't mind plastic or cosmetic surgery. I think if you do your due diligence, it's good to go. If you do your due diligence. And what I mean by that is search for the doctor. Recovery house if you're gonna stay at one. Nurse if you're gonna hire one. I understand going out of the country, but I'm not too much of a fan. Number one, if you have insurance, it don't work out here. God forbid, if you die, your family now has to search for more money to bring your body back. I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth that, in my opinion. So, there's that. So this is half of a purple onion, and we've rough chopped it for the base. I'm now going to cut this onion. And we're gonna put that in the blender. But yeah, so it's not worth it in my opinion. And I wanna be clear, right? Cosmetic surgery and plastic surgery are a bit different, right? So cosmetic surgery is under plastic surgery, meaning plastic surgery is like the overarching. Cosmetic surgery is really just cosmetics, right? Maybe you don't like your lips, you wanna add it to be a little plump. Maybe you don't like your eyes, I guess. You wanna like make it more of like a winged or cat eye, or fox eye, should I say, that's the popular thing. Maybe your chin, you know, things like that. BBL, you want to add more boobs, take away some stomach. Also, a BBL is where you take fat away from your stomach, your back, your thighs, and add it to your buttocks. So, I noticed that, like, it's been a popular conversation, right? Like, I can't believe that person has a BBL. Why does that even matter? You know what I'm saying? For the spectator and the person going through it, my only comment is just do your due diligence of research. Once again, I know some of the best doctors in the country, meaning the United States, cost a bit more, and so people, and you know, maybe they don't, or they're not as aggressive or assertive as doctors in another country. Completely get that. However, I think you should just be careful, right? Your insurance don't work in another country. All that extra stuff in another country. I know some people where they went to another country, they thought that they were getting a bomb nurse and a bomb recovery house, and they marketed all these things that they would get, and then they were eating like peas, and like the nurses weren't cleaning the blood. Sorry if this is too graphic. They weren't cleaning the blood after one girl goes into the shower and comes out and stuff like that. So I say this to say, just do your due diligence. I know a lot of this stuff because I was looking into it, okay? I just had a baby. Luckily, my body is bouncing back greatly. I'm 4 months postpartum. But I have a little bit of muscle separation. It's not even much. It's like half an inch. So it's like literally like this big of muscle separation. So it's not much or whatever, but I use like waist trainers and corsets to like bring that muscle back, which is also another cosmetic alteration, wearing a corset, you know, because that kind of alters your body to give you like that hourglass type of shape as well. Listen, I feel like many a times, most women, especially regular women, do it for themselves. There's the ones that typically get like a drastic change where it's like their waist is this big and then their butt is like this big, or their hips is this wide. Typically get it for a male's perspective to make more money, whatever the case may be. And if that's your prerogative, do that. Ain't no shame in your game. I am not, hey, do it if you like. But many times, you know, people get this plastic surgery to do it for themselves. And I'm so for that. I see that there's a lot of like women, especially that are celebrities, that parents are like, my child looks up to you. And it's like, why doesn't your child look up to you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you your child's idol? Why do y'all put so much pressure on celebrities to where they're the ones raising your child? Oh. Mm-hmm. You're welcome. So, I got my blender right here, and I'm gonna put some of the stuff that I'm going to blend, right? So I'm just gonna, actually let me chop this up a bit more. Garlic. For stew, I love ginger. Y'all gonna hear my baby because this my baby's house, and you can't tell him to be quiet in his house. Honorable. Back with it. So, putting my habanero in there, a little spicy, and did I put my onions? I'm gonna add one more onion say medium sized, right? So cut that and put it in there. Anyway, so what I was saying, and I also don't believe like anybody has to explain to anyone what they've gotten done or why they want to get it done. You know, someone will say, oh, you're perfect the way you are. And it's like, I am, by God's grace, right? But you have to be happy. This life, you literally only live once. YOLO. You're not a cat. You're not going to be reincarnated. Ooh, sorry. That's what you thought. You're not coming back. And if you come back, we are grateful. Oh, sorry. Meaning you're a witch. We're not coming back. You died. Off with your head. You're gone. So, as long as the life you live, you're not like sinning. I mean, everyone sins to a certain degree, of course, right? But if it's morally okay, live. Do your research. Get a doctor that's certified, double board certified. Get a doctor that they do the procedures in a hospital. Do what you can. Okay, so we're gonna move over that way. Oh, before I add some rosemary. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And to blend it, this is why I keep this water to blend it. Instead of adding water, we're gonna keep this water from the tomatoes. Super aromatic, smells so good, right? Put it in there. And then if we need more, I'll add more. Let's go. So I'm going to now put my meat in this. I'm going to put my meat in this bowl. Take this pot. Oh man, yeah. Put it in this pot. I'm going to some of the seasoning that I've already blended. Into my sink. Have my seasonings, have my chicken seasoning right here. I want to use chicken seasoning. I could use beef, but I'm not the type of girl. I don't use if you don't do that, my bad. I use my teeth. But yeah, I got these seasonings from Ghana. Shout out to my mother-in-law. She brought them for me. Every time she comes from Ghana, I'm like, girl, get me seasoning. And I talk about it, no, but I really call my mother-in-law and be like, hey girl, please get me some seasoning. And she always comes through. I'll let you girl. So I put one in, but I think I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna use two, spread it around. some of the seasonings that I put in, or this is the wet seasoning, I should say, that I've already blended. I'm gonna add that a little bit. That's a little bit. And I don't think it's spicy. I mean, it has a kick. I don't think it's spicy though, right? So, I'm gonna just steam it. Not for long because these are thin. Super thin, right? So we're not gonna we're not going to put it on here for long. Not like we would do with proper, like, thick beef, right? Because that would be like to soften it and all of that. We're not doing that with this. Okay. So and this type of beef will also be good for like hot pot. I think is what it's called. Yeah, like hot pot Asian food. So we're gonna move on to this side. I have the beef going at about 5-4. We're gonna move over to this side and then put some oil in here. That much. I don't know how much that was, but that much. Actually, let me add a little bit more. I also don't want the oil to reduce, right? That's not a good look. Close that up. Put your onions in there. It's on high at the moment, so put it in there. Don't cross-contaminate. Get yourself another spatula. Do that. And if you want it to be more aromatic, put a little bit of rosemary. Not a lot, just a little bit, like a little bit. Check on your meat. That says you want this to cook. Essentially, that's what you want to do. So back to plastic surgery, right? I feel like many times the person, or plastic or cosmetic surgery, the people also put the oil from the sardine. Gives it a nice flavor. Put that juice and that oil in there from the sardine. When this starts to brown, you add the sardine. I like sardine. When it starts to brown, we're going to add the tomatoes. The diced tomatoes that I blended just a little bit to make it chunky. So yeah, so I've added the oil for the sardine, from the sardine. When the onions start to brown a bit, we're gonna now add the tomatoes, right? And we're gonna add my secret oil. Not too much, but it's gonna give it nice vim. Beautiful aroma. Oh wow. A little bit more. Oh man. Beautiful. So we're just gonna make sure this brown. Stir it, because canola has a high burning point, but the other oil I just used, and I'm not gonna say its name to the end, the other oil I used doesn't, so you always want to keep stirring so that it doesn't burn. You feel me? Typically, when it comes to my tomatoes, I would cook it halfway separately so that this won't take long, but I didn't do that today, so y'all gonna get the full thing. Back to what I was saying about cosmetic surgery. I find that there's a stigma, and I don't like it, because why are people so pressed like that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe I never will. Maybe it's not for me to get, right? I just don't. Okay, and it's starting to brown, so I'm going to put my tomatoes in first. Lower it down a bit so it doesn't pop in your face. And we are done with the blender. So we are going to let this, and you can put the fire back up to about 6. Mix it in. Mix that in, and then check on your meat. As you can see, the meat's no longer pink, and well, I'm thinking maybe we should fry the meat. Okay, so I don't want this to burn me. I'm gonna get the top. Okay, so this is gonna be the stock I'm gonna add back into our stew. Let me taste it. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's like, oh, it tastes so good. You know what I'm saying? I can cook, obviously. You know the vibes. As it's doing its thing, make sure you're cleaning. Like my mom would say, make sure you're cleaning everything, because we are right back. So when you're cooking, you make sure that you're also making things new. Making things new. All right, so now I'm going to add my wet seasoning. Just add a bit, and I'm going to, of course, put my temperature down. I had this on the fire for maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. Now I'm going to mix this mixture in. It's the onions, and because we don't want the tomatoes to fully cook. We cannot, that will not be good. You understand? So mix. 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 It's so aromatic. It smells so darn good. The meat also tastes good. So we put that inside. Put that inside here. See how that thickened? And the tomatoes, it was four diced canned tomatoes. I put a little bit more. Mix. Okay, and I'm going to put up the fire a bit, put my top on first, put up the fire to about 5-6 and let it do its thing. I've stopped the meat because the meat is thin, and so I don't want it to overcook. Yummy. So as you can see, the stew is almost done. It has thickened and the oil has rose. It came to the top, like how Jesus rose from the dead. What am I saying? So now we're gonna add all of our good stuff. I'm going to add my sardine. Add it inside and crush it inside. Crush it inside. This is optional. You don't have to add the sardine. If you feel like you added the oil of the sardine and you're fine with that, you can do that. That is Honorable and his uncle. Uncle, also known as Wafa, the person behind the camera, has gone to play with the baby. Try to sound boring. So this is done, and then we're gonna add this stew seasoning powder. Yeah. Mix that in there. And I have it on low. Mix that in there. And then, let me taste it. It's good. Before we do that, we're going to add our meat and the broth. I decided not to fry it. It's tender, it's nice. So you mix all of that in there. So it's gonna be more like a sauce than an actual stew. You see me? So we're putting all that flavor back inside. Oh goodness. Okay. So we're putting this back in like this. Right? Taste it. It's good, but it needs salt. Like I told you before, I'm not one of those gals. You put salt in it. Mix that up. That's really good. And then I'm gonna get a little bit of curry. That was a little bit, by the way. Mix that in there. Also put your carrots. I cut the baby carrots into 2. Put your carrots in there as well. And our rice right here has also finished cooking in the rice cooker. You can put yours on the stove. I put mine in the rice cooker because, yeah. So, see, as it's light, it's not as thick, it's more of a sauce. You have beef in every bite. Yummy. Nice. So we're gonna let that do its thing. Putting it back to like 4. Top back on and let it, once that is done, we're gonna put the onions in there and we're not gonna let these cook fully. Get that crunch and then we'll be done. As you see, oil has rose to the top, the carrots are in there, and then I'm going to put onions over top, mix it in. And there you are. Your beef sauce is done. If you want it to be a little bit spicy, everybody's coughing in this house because of spice. So I don't think I'm gonna add, more spice. I'm gonna let them, but I think if it was me, I would add a little bit more spice, just a little bit. So let's plate it. Everybody knows the mold. Look how, ooh, look at that rice. Ooh, mwah. Jasmine rice actually creates better molds because it's sticky, but let's try. Let's pat it down and see if it'll do due diligence, do what it's supposed to. to give hefty portions because we're not children that we won't eat this beautiful this beautiful stew that I've made for my family. All right, so we have our mold here. You just gotta like flip this on it. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's see if this works. Because I didn't fill it to the top. I don't know, let's see. Oh, nice. It has a small crack inside, but what do you expect with, see it? Small crack inside, but what do you expect with basmati? We're gonna take our sauce. Oh my, oh, look at that. Sardine, kakra, beef, kakra, carrots. Oh, wow. I can cook. Oh, Jesus, I can cook. Nice, 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 nice. Beautiful. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Get some onions. Nice. And then, of course, you know the vibes. So we're gonna cut some, slice it nice, slice it nice, slice it nice. Don't be stingy. The people in your house, they have to eat. They deserve. Wow. Oh, beautiful. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, God is good. So, I also have to give them some pear. See that, you see that, you see that. Look at that. Wow. Then you garnish it, kakra. Oh, garnish. There you have it. Beautiful. Mwah. Enjoy. Let me get you a fork in case you want to try it. Here, this is for you. This is for you. Eat. So let's give it a taste. You have to make sure you get a piece of everything. A little rice, little avocado. Y'all, I'm so hungry. Jesus. Avocado isn't sticking. Okay. Rice. Every time I pick up rice, the avocado is... Okay, there we go. Let's see. This is the time where I'm supposed to be talking, but I would say you're invited, but that's why we have EyeCanCook, so you can do it yourself. You feel me? So you're not invited. Cook your own. Look at my outfit. It's also nice. African wear. Got it done in Ghana. It's cute. It's really cute. Is it Am I making the outfit or is it the outfit that's making me? Riddle, riddle. Until next time. Bye.